Hi traders, good morning. I'm back in the office. It's probably for the best, really. I'm better sitting position. I've got my other monitor here. I don't have a lot of monitors. I just have the other one. So if I am taking a trade, I'll have my risk management sort of calculator there. So everything is, accurate in regards to how much I'm risking and things like that. That's just how I like to do it. I probably would actually like more monitors, to be honest, just because it looks cool. Just simply because it looks cool, and maybe just have the majors up there running, so I don't even have to change screens to be pure lazy. But that's for the money spent regarding improving performance, I would say that's not a very good ratio, but that's just down the track anyway. So USD yen, I've been eyeing this off. I discussed a potential buy trade off the daily trend line, and that was an incorrect thesis. I changed. Obviously, I didn't just buy it just to be right and ignore what the markets were telling me. It seems really that the US dollar is a little weaker. So even though the stock market's been in pretty good shape, there's a lot of good earnings out. I did notice GM and Ford are suffering a little bit from the tariff situation, and we'll see what happens with that. And then Facebook also, although I think now it's a bit of a dip buy opportunity. But I don't trade stocks right now. But I'm sort of continuing to learn, because when the Forex markets are a little bit slower like they are now, I mean, if I had a bigger account, I was watching and I've recommended this before, TSS on YouTube. I'm going to bring his channel up because he discusses, altering risk in regards to what the US index is doing. So if you're shorting a USD pair and it's not, if the US index is sort of sideways, you just, pull back on how much you risk per trade. So I'll bring this up. I'll pause this. So smaller channel, but really worth checking out. So that's, if you type in TSS itself, a whole lot of crazy stuff pops up. You just keep scrolling down until you find this. So obviously with the algos that YouTube employ, if you pay to advertise and whatnot, you're going to be first up there, and then it's just based on, I think, how many views, because they want you to watch stuff that's got more views because they get advertising revenue from that and whatnot. But definitely check this guy out. He's full-time trader out of Melbourne. Very, if you are sort of more a serious trader and you're learning to actually do it properly, then check something like that out. And that's what I pride myself on. Like, I've learned from Dr. Walter Peters. I got shown quite a lot from James Kensington, which was, he's based in Australia. He's a trend trader. So, and everything that I was shown is less is best. You want to backtest a lot, and protect your equity is number one. So when you see all these gurus on like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and they're talking about making, like, if you have $1,000 account and you're making like $200 every week on that $1,000 account, you have to realize that that is a scam. That is not how trading works. Because how once the markets are flat, would you just risk the whole account on a trade? That's crazy. You can't do that because you just blow up, and then you're like, oh, trading's. And then some people just keep doing it, doing it, doing it, and they don't learn. It's just funny to see, and it's funny to see on LinkedIn and Instagram just the cycles where you'll see someone and then they'll go, and then someone else will come in and be like, oh yeah, pay me $100 a month. And it's just, anyway, I won't get on a rant, but the USDN is a potential sell trade. So what I would do is I'd eye it off here, but it is at support, as you can see there. So it's interesting, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till later on. I've learned that it's just no point taking the trade during the Asian session for me anyway. If I have my stop up here, I think that's the 55. It's just, if you're risking, what is that pip wise? Let me get to I'd probably enter the low here. So that's like 45 pips. But in the Asian session, it's really just going to go sideways. So you've got that risk there for the reward. It's tough because you've got that, level there where it is currently. So you just play the probabilities. I mean, it could collapse. It could collapse. The world can end today, maybe. But the probability is that this thing won't collapse straight away. And that's what you have to have in the back of your mind. So I'm just going to sip this. Now, let's have a look at the euro. The euro was weaker last night. and then it did rally pretty nicely. So it's through that support level as well. I mean, look, this is I'd be long biased here. Again, it's just choppy and tough. So I haven't quite narrowed down the lower time frame stuff for an intraday move. So now I can really appreciate the relevancy of really wanting to learn that. Once I get a little more experience, I'll apply in the live markets. But because a move when you narrow it down to the 15-minute, that might I really don't see a trade there. My concern with taking a counter like this is when it wants to revert back a little bit to the mean, but it didn't really. It's sort of you could. There's a little bit of money to make there. So yeah, there is some. There's some money to be made there in the lower time frames, but I think the EU commissioner, I think, is meeting Donald Trump this week as well. So I do apologize for my butchering of the fundamentals, but that's not really what I do, but I will wait for something to happen. I won't just go, I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm just going to sell here just because it's, downtrending a little bit. Normally once the news is out, a big move will be made either way, and then that's where I'll capitalize on. I won't just sort of jump in, like here, because there's really no strong price action to trigger me on that. USD Swiss is interesting as well. So it's holding this level though, so I'm just going to disregard that for now. The pound had a bit of a rally, so we'll see what this wants to do. It's interesting how it sort of ebbed and flowed a little bit this week, but the US dollars, it's definitely weaker, so we'll see what happens tonight. And then the USD CAD, get the 4 hour up. See, something like this, is a sell trade. Really what I'd like to see on the hourly is it continue doing this and then another push lower with a candle like this, and that's a sell opportunity there. Anyway guys, that is the video for now. So not long biased US dollar, definitely short biased. We'll see what later tonight brings. Now I don't make an update video because I'm at work, so if you want to get the best updates from me, it's on Instagram, and that's scottystrading. And then Twitter, it's @TradeTalkPippin. So @TradeTalkPippin. We've got about 4,300 followers now. A lot of them I don't think are real people. We don't get a lot of interaction on the videos, but we do the screenshots, Connor and myself. So I share the Twitter account with a friend of mine in Tasmania, and he is similar. So he's more naked charts, and he's actually less stuff on the obviously support and resistance. And I think he sold the euro about 6 weeks ago. So in a little bit of drawdown, he only risked 2% of trade, so it's not anything ridiculous. But check it out, guys. If you want more updates, I will try and do another live video, either driving or it's attached to a magnet though, so I'm not touching it. But I know you can't touch the phone. So once I start the live video and I'm driving, I can't touch it until I get to work. So it's normally about 15 minutes. So the video will go about 15 minutes, and I'll discuss, any possible trades. And it's good for me to articulate my thoughts on trading as well. I mean, the more you think about trading, the more you look at the charts, the more you just charts. It's better, for me to learn like that. So thank you for watching, guys, and happy trading. Bye for now.